using religion, let's not fall into that trap. Too much figure of speech, well, let's use modern language like what we're doing now. Imagery is no longer relevant. Well, how about discard or replace the old imageries? Okay? From the several video I've shown you, scientists are giving us new imageries that are relevant, that are up to date, that are scientific. Consequence unconvincing? Well, never mind consequence, and never mind what happens after we die. That's too long. How about right now? Okay? Let's live at this present moment. Do well at this present moment. Future, flirtation, let be. Okay? Leave that alone. Don't use that as a motivation for our action at the present. Our action at the present is what matters. Is what is going to cultivate what's come in the future anyways. Certain dogma contradict science. So let's seek scientific proof to support spirituality. Like the physicists we just heard about, Now, although he's a theoretical physicist, he's providing scientific evidence, new evidence about the dark matter and so on, the multiverse version, how he can, with his big open mind, reconcile his age-old conflict when he was a child, the conflict between Genesis and Nirvana. Right? So with an open mind and with scientific evidence, he's now reconciling those two concepts, and like the rabbi says, you're right, and you're right, and you're all right. Okay? But you need a big mind to accommodate that. Okay? So that's what brings modernization and relevance to religion. Okay? Seek scientific proof to support spirituality. So then we'll talk about a lot of things, and it seems very perplexing and complicated. How about the central question? We had one, okay? Whether spirituality, God is real, we are perceiving a bigger reality, or we are behaving like this because of biological evolutionary advantage of preserving our species, offspring. Okay, so to answer some of those questions, the second critical question is, okay, we know we come from fertilization, fetus, and then we die. The big question is, after we die, do we emerge in this picture as a ghost, and is there something that enters the fetus before we die? That's the second question. Okay, this is the first most important question. This is not as important, right? Because one can envision that this energy is a result of an accumulation of all the biological energy that accumulates during one's lifetime, and therefore, when we die, that energy cannot dissipate yet, and therefore come out as some form of energy. It does not need a first energy to go in there, right? It can evolve from a lower kind of energy, just like the complexity of our body structure evolve from the basic inorganic chemistry into organic chemistry, into biochemistry, into anatomy, physiology, and so on and so forth, right? So it does not necessarily need this. So this is actually not as important a question. This is the most important question. Right? What is this energy? Okay, what is this energy? So now we are, instead of talking about ghost, or soul, or spirit, we're talking about energy now. Okay, that brings it modernize the language. Okay, and what is this? What the is V is THEIST. Believe in this thing. Okay, okay, and one of the most important Chan question for the practice of Buddhist meditation, Chan, is what is your original nature before you were born? Okay? 父母未生之前嘅本來面目啊。Okay? That is actually the second most important question. The first most important question, in my opinion, is what the heck? What is this thing? So that's why this is today's topic of today's lecture is God and ghost real? God is too big for us to approach now. But ghost is same energy level or maybe even lower energy level than. So we can look down, we can examine lower life, lower energy. So let's tackle this question first. Is ghost real? Because if we can establish ghost is real, then all the theology is established. If there's no ghost, then the atheists and the agnostics win. Okay? So here's just some statistics of believing in ghosts. 40% of British believe in ghosts, 37% of American, 28% of Canadians. I guess in the old country there are more ghosts. So we're talking about energy and how this is possible. So let's take something we are familiar with. Okay, when we discuss energy. Well, we know, for example, water, solid, liquid, gas, of phases of water. What's the solid phase? I apologize for that nonsense sound. I couldn't get rid of it somehow. I forgot. I put it in, I don't know how to get it out. So, what's the solid form of H2O? Well, ice, right? So, in ice, we know the structure of H2O and it crystallizes as an ice crystal. We know every single bond angle and everything. So when it comes to ice, we know all of its information. All its information is revealed. Why? Because it has a low energy level. Okay? Now we add heat energy to ice and melt it. So now, that form changes into a liquid form. The form changes, but it's still H2O. The form change is still H2O. So what I'm driving at is, the form change, the body form change, it is still that thing, okay? We're trying to understand it at the energy level. Well, now, this is more energetic. Medium entropy. What is entropy here? Entropy is heat content, okay? As we add heat, energy is energy content. It is the same as reflected in atomic position. So what's the atomic position of water? We still know the bond angle and all this fluidity and so on, the H2 and everything. So information is somewhat obtainable. Now we add even more heat energy and it becomes steam. So from solid to liquid to gas, it becomes steam. And in steam, that H2O molecule just fly around in the air, right? Very hot. So in other words, the position of these H2O atoms are now very difficult to obtain, right? Now, heating has the same effect as vacuuming. If you reduce that, under vacuum, this water will boil. You don't have to add heat, okay? So, in other words, in vacuum, it will fly around just the same. So, here we have a high entropy